Hello friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the sons of soil politics or the quotas based on ethnicity. Coming to the current affairs, various state governments like the state government of Karnataka, the state government of Madhya Pradesh, etc. have mooted quotas for locals in blue-collar private sector jobs. And this is at a time when the general Lok Sabha elections are ahead. And also recently, the Tamil Nadu Industries Minister made a statement that they are considering reservation in skilled jobs in the private sector. So, we will see that in various states, the state governments are introducing bills or quotas for reservation of jobs for the residents of the particular state in white collar jobs as well as in blue collar jobs, especially in the blue collar jobs or semi-skilled or unskilled jobs. So in this context, we will understand what are the challenges of this, what are the reasons for this, and what impact it will make on the growth and development. Now before we begin, this is our channel StudyIQ and we are providing pen drive courses for various competitive examinations including SSC and bank courses, UPSC optionals, SSC JE courses, teaching examinations, railway examinations, defense examinations, RBI grade B, NABARD grade A, UGC NET, UPSC Civil Services Examination, CLAT exams for various state PSCs and also for various professional courses. You can visit our website www.studyiq.com for more details or you can call to any of these numbers for more information. Now coming back to our topic, we will understand what are the major challenges in providing quotas based on ethnicity? So we call it as sons of the soil politics rather than policy, because we have seen that the time is when the general elections are ahead and we can say these quotas which are based on ethnicity is more a political game than a policy. Now, what are the challenges in it? First of all, it takes away the freedom of businesses to employ a workforce of their choice. So when various state governments make quota reservations for private sector jobs based on ethnicity or residence, the businesses or the industries that are functioning in the state lose the freedom to choose their own employees from other states. So this will highly impact the ease of doing business in the country. We have seen that in the last 2-3 years, the country has made a significant progress and gain in the ease of doing business ranking provided by the World Bank. Now, when different state governments are providing such type of quotas and reservations, this will badly impact the ease of doing business environment in the country and therefore it will definitely be reflected on the ranking of ease of doing business index. The businesses will lose their freedom to employ those workforce of their own choice. Secondly, these quotas or these reservation policies do not address the basic structural issues. The basic structural issue in the economy is job creation or employment generation. So, it doesn't address the issue of job creation. The existing jobs are being diverted to those people who reside in the state or those who ethnically belong to the state. So it doesn't create jobs. So we cannot say that it is a policy. So a policy definitely involves development or growth. But here there is no signs of development. If it was a policy, it would have definitely created more jobs and those excess jobs which are created could have been used by the residents or the people living in the state. But here what happens is that there are already certain existing jobs and those jobs may be handled by some people living in other states or migrants. Now these jobs are taken from them and they are diverted towards people who belong to the state. So here the basic structural issue of job creation is not addressed. So we cannot say that it is a progressive policy. And thirdly, it has a negative impact on interstate migration. Now, if we look into the migration statistics, we will see that the southern states and the western states, they are considered to be progressive states, relatively progressive than the northeastern or the northern states. Now, the western states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and the southern states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, etc., they are considered to be industrial states, or in case of Kerala, it is a service economy, and generally these states are called progressive states. So such type of quotas or reservations are being brought in by the states which are in the southern and western geographical locations. These progressive states make such type of quota reservations, and this will impact the interstate migration because of high GSDP. Those employees from northern part or northeastern parts of the country come to this southern or western states in order to find a means of livelihood. So this will have a negative impact on the interstate migration. And another challenge is the motive of the government in the states. So these reservations or quotas mainly are of political in nature rather than policy. So most of the times it is political motives that drives the political parties or the state governments in order to bring in such type of quotas and reservations. So these are the major challenges with regard to quotas based on ethnicity. Now let us understand what are the possible reasons why the state governments are adopting such a policy of reservations based on ethnicity or based on statehood. The first reason is that such type of policies are adopted mainly by the states in the southern region and western region. So as we have discussed, the states in the southern region and the western region, they are considered to be relatively progressive than northern states or the northeastern states. So these relatively developed regions consider that they do not get their due share in the central transfers. This is because they are relatively more developed and central government do not give them enough share of dividends. That is the first reason that they consider. And secondly, a major role is played by the Finance Commission as well. So in case of the Finance Commission distributes the funds or the shares between the central government and various state governments. So the formula is being made by the Finance Commission. So it is seen that the Finance Commission mostly favors the northern states and the northeastern states relatively higher than the southern and western states. This is because southern states and western states are relatively more progressive. So the states claim that the Finance Commission formula is also not favorable to them. So they are not getting their due share from the Finance Commission as well. And thirdly, the reason that the states point out is that the resources needed to manage the growing migrant population is very huge and they do not get any central government assistance. So for example, suppose in the state of Karnataka, there are many migrants who come in search of means of livelihood, especially in the blue collar private sector jobs. Now, those migrants who come to the state of Karnataka, they will avail the services which are available in the Karnataka state government. For example, the government schools, the government hospitals, the healthcare services. So they will avail all these services from the Karnataka state government. So the state claims that they do not have enough resources in order to manage the growing migrant population, and the central government is not giving any assistance or financial help in order to support the migrant population coming to the state. So this is the third reason that they point out. And fourthly, it is the political reasons. In order to please those voters who would definitely vote to the political party which will make policies favorable for them. So these are all some of the reasons why certain state governments are adopting sons of the soil politics, or what we call as quotas based on ethnicity. Now we will also have a look on growth and development in these states. Now coming to the per capita income. Per capita income is national income divided by population. Now we will see there is a widening gap between the per capita income in different states. That means all the states in the country does not have a uniform per capita income. For example, the state of Tamil Nadu has a per capita income of 1.11 lakhs per annum, while in Bihar it is 24,572 rupees per annum. So there is a widening gap, and this gap is not narrowing down but rather it is widening. Now coming to the investment factor, the investors, the multinational companies, the industrialists, they prefer to stick on to the states where a governance ecosystem and social infrastructure is already in place. That means where the government is stable, where the policies are favorable for them, that is called the governance ecosystem. And secondly, social infrastructure. For example, better education, better healthcare service, better literacy. So all this will come under the social infrastructure. So investors or the multinational companies or the industries would like to invest in those states which has already made a base on governance ecosystem and social infrastructure. So definitely on these two parameters, on social infrastructure and governance ecosystem, the western and the southern states fare well than the northern states and the northeastern states. And for this reason, the southern states and the western states will receive more investments from the investors. So from the part of the government is responsible to fill the institutional deficit. So this institutional deficit in the form of governance or in the form of social infrastructure, if filled, this will narrow down the gap between those progressive states and poorer states. So if the institutional deficit is filled, it will bring in more investment to the poorer states, and more investment in lesser developed state means that there will be more employment generation in those states. This will bring down the migration rates, and this will also improve the per capita income. So this will give rise to a situation where the states, especially the progressive states, should not or will not have to come up with quotas or reservations based on ethnicity, and this will not impact the migrant population because they are able to find jobs in their own state itself because of the institutional development in that state and the rate of investment in their own states. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page, and for any queries regarding your preparations, you can message me on my Facebook page or you can email me at joycey.studyiq@gmail.com. Thank you.